This has been reduced to now the party leaders of now the party that won DCP and the party that primarily lost, the UDA.
Yeah.
Which is rather unfortunate, because at the end of the day, the people who participated were the people of Ol Kalou. Rightly put, Gachagua was not on the ballot, William Ruto was not on the ballot, Matiang'i was not on the ballot, nor was any other party leader. So I think that's just a statement worth noting, how these by-elections, they turn into a power play and, a political mind game for the would-be party leaders and those who are trying to form political...
I think, Joseph,
yes,
we undermine the power of political parties. I work in a political party, and serving in the National Executive Committee of Jubilee Party, I have seen a lot that speaks to what it means to belong to a political party. Resources that are channeled towards a political party, the UDA regime gets about 500 million shillings every year to run political activities.
But that's because they have the majority in the House. They have the numbers, yeah?
Yeah, so we cannot downplay the fact that political parties will play a very huge role in terms of ensuring who is elected. Because our fathers fought for something in 1992, and it was to ensure multi-party democracy, to ensure that political parties have a say. And even when we are producing a candidate, and now that we are learning as young as we are, is that a political party is extremely crucial. So if anything, political parties have even a bigger mandate of ensuring that they front candidates that are credible and that will serve the people and the interests of the Kenyan people. Because even voting in parliament is not about individuals. It is about party A, party B, coalition A, coalition B. It's very extremely crucial that we look at political parties in what they are and the power in which they bring.
I do agree on how essential they are as the vehicles that will drive people into the positions of elective positions. But what I find lacking, and that's what I was alluding to, is that we did not hear an agenda. Like we did not hear season 2 of the plan from the Kenya Kwanza. We did not hear the DCP. If you ask me today, I do not understand what DCP stands for. So you don't hear this pronouncement that you would say the people voted based on this ideology. It is true, there is a growing protest against the current regime. The must-go version keeps on evolving. It could be through the ballot via Ol Kalou. It could be through the Gen Z 2024 the commemoration. It could be about Sabasaba. It just, every day you realize there is a movement that says we need newness, we need new governance, we need new regime. So that keeps taking different shape and form. But it seems not to improve on the quality of the decisions we make in terms of the people we put in office. The Mbeere North people have an MP. You could pride yourself and say, yes, ODM won some, UDA has won, now DCP has won. But we have not seen any vibrance in the National Assembly. We do not see any improved representation of the people. We don't hear ideologies that we can start saying, despite rejecting William Ruto.
Because they were not founded on ideologies, unfortunately. There are very few political parties in this country that were founded on ideology as they were meant to be. And I think that because we have moved so far left from that original center, that then we are unable to, we can't come in the middle of the game and then say, well, now let's start looking for an ideology and then apply it to a party. If it did not start on that foundation, then it becomes very, very difficult to recenter. It's not like the GPS lady who says reroute after 600 meters. You can't really do that, especially when you've gone so far off and things are not working. Because if you have ideological parties who are saying, for example, let's focus on the economy, let's ensure that our children are educated because then we can solve things later. Let's make sure that our people are healthy. So we're going to be working on health reforms and welfare reforms. That if we wake up in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., first guess, we say, for sure, I'm part of a party that insists on the welfare of the people. But we don't have that. Today, somebody will say, Omansa talked to me badly and I'm part of the party. You know what? I'm going to the register of political parties. By tomorrow evening, I have my own.
I think Kenya is still a young democracy, I think, in the grand scheme of things. And it's, I can call it 36 years since we started multipartyism. And these are one of the things that we grapple with, even as a Jubilee party. And we are a party that we've been told so many times, change your name, change your colors, do this, do that. Because, the Kenyan voter wants to see different colors every other time. And this is not for the media or for political parties to blame. I think it requires a very holistic and a coordinated approach to ensure that we are setting out to put in political parties that speak to our issues consistently. But when we have countries like, we're comparing ourselves to the United States that has had over 40 presidents, and we are only on our 5th president, and seemingly things will take shape as we go on. But then at the same time, these are some of the challenges we have as Jubilee Party, trying to ensure that we keep the momentum as we are. The Kenyan people know what to expect from Jubilee Party. The first thing Jubilee Party would do if it got into power is bring back things like Linda Mama, things in terms of education transfer. Those are things that Jubilee Party was known for, and it will continue in that agenda. And that is the vision I see with Uhuru Kenyatta when he tries to tell the people of Kenya, come back to Jubilee Party. Jubilee Party is still here. This is what we stand for. I am retiring and I am leaving the floor for young people. That is a conversation that we have in Jubilee.
But what, 98 votes?
But you see,
what does that mean to you?
To me, it means that the decision for Ol Kalou residents was bigger than any individual. It was their decision. They made their decision, and they sent a very powerful message to the nation, even to us members of Jubilee Party, whom we thought. Actually, my prediction was 60-40. I was giving the opposition 60% and 40% to UDA, and I think I am ashamed in front of the people of Ol Kalou to think that they would have made a decision of a 40%, only for them to make it a very decisive decision of 15% actually applauding. Maybe those were Mushina's family members and some UDA delegates, because they actually can be counted, and they were quite decisive. And when we go on the ground and we talk to the people of Kenya and they tell us, tupatieni mtu mmoja, we are going to decide. That is a very powerful communication. I think we now need to go back to the drawing board as the united opposition or the opposition coalition. And decide as soon as possible now, so that decision that was made in Ol Kalou was a protest, was a message to the current regime. But now we have to go back to our policy boardrooms and decide what are we going to